I'm Tim, welcome to the Restoration Couple. Today's little adventure is to get our next batch of chicks, and to do that we're going to go pick them up with the girls, and then hopefully we're going to make a bit of a pen and get them all set up in the cellar. So stick around and we'll show you how we get on. Right, got all the chicks?
Yeah, ready to go.
They're ready to go. So how many chickens did we get?
We've got 20.
You think we got 20?
We think we got 20.
We asked for how many?
50.
15.
15. But then we got, and we think we got some extras.
They said they put a few extras in, didn't they? Was it good picking up the chicks?
Yeah.
Should we go back and check them out?
Yeah.
Cool. Charlie's in the back looking after them.
Chicken leg for me. I had fun since breakfast time, and now it's 3:30. So chicken leg for me. Today we're going to learn about some things that we can.
We put, although this floor is relatively dry, I'm just going to put down a little bit of tarp to start with, and then I think, to be honest, these chicks grow so fast that we'll end up making it a bit bigger. They're only going to be down here for about 2 weeks, and then we'll move them outside to the shed, or if it's warm we might even use the polytunnel. So we're going to use these old boards. If anyone follows us on Instagram or Facebook, you will have seen that all the old shelving that I've kind of taken apart in the cellar appears to be made of old ammo boxes, and these are an old rocket launcher box, so somewhat unique. But we're going to make up a simple square crate, aren't we? And then screw it together,
Yeah.
And then we'll get the heater in.
And first we're going to do this. What we need to put...
Alright, you don't need to talk to the camera, you cheeky monkey. It's my job.
So, what we need to do is we need to get all these ready, and we can make it. Bye.
Very good. Right, now we actually have to do it. Too much chat, that's what they tell me.
You need to...
So we've got the 4 sides all screwed together.
Yeah.
What we need to do is suspend our heater from up here. Just going to use a dull emitter, so that's one that doesn't produce light. Otherwise, if they got light all the time, they just don't rest enough. So they'd be more like commercially just force fed almost, because they just don't go to sleep. Okay. Have you been chatting to that camera?
Yeah.
Right. Okay, don't get this all over your jumper.
Okay.
So we're going to put in some pine shavings, and what we'll do is just every day or two just scatter a new layer on top, keep it fresh. They don't need a massive amount of this, it's just kind of keep it fresh and absorb all their mess, because these birds make a lot of mess.
We need to make sure everything, there's no lumps or anything.
Alright, let's take this bracket off there. And we'll change this bulb to the bigger one. So taking out, we had a 60-watt bulb in before, and that's just the one that we usually use when we hatch our own chicks. And when we hatch our own chicks, normally 6 or 10 maximum. Whereas because we've got more, I'm going to swap it out for this 150-watt one. I didn't really want a big halogen or the big infrared traditional heat lamp. We've got one, but it's 250 watts, and like I say, you have to have light all the time that way, and they just don't tend to rest as much. So I'm going to put this one in, and then what we'll do is just watch the chicks. If they're huddled really close under it, we know they're a bit cold still, and they're going to keep warm that way, so we want to lower it. And likewise, if they're really far away from it, they get too hot, then we can back it up a little bit.
But it's going to swing.
It won't swing because nothing will be touching it, so it'll stay like that. Let's turn that on. Now that's going to get hot, Eden, alright? So don't touch this now. Okay, so I've got the water. Do is to pull the whole thing this way. Yeah? So then the warm bit's that end. Put that there. Alright. Right, should we lift them in one by one?
Yeah, you do it. I'll count, you hold them.
Here they are. Yeah, that's a good idea. We do need to count them. Look at that. I mean, they're only 5 days old and they're huge. Okay.
You hold one, I'll count them. 1, 2, 3, Okay, I'll keep an eye on them. Oh, someone's already done a poo.
We need to find the smaller trough. We left it at Grandma's, didn't we? Actually, I'm not going to use that. We'll give that to them in a few weeks, I think. Let's find something better for them. Don't tell Mummy we'll use the baking tray. That's better. So then when they walk on there, their shavings will fall through the wire.
What shaving?
These. And they won't get in here. Right, so this is the new part of the chick rearing for us. In the video title, I think I'm going to call it Lazy or Genius or something like that. And what we found on Amazon was this cheap Wi-Fi camera, and I've always thought about this in the past, but I thought, oh, the Nest cameras or CCTV cost a fortune. This was £29, and I've used it upstairs. An incredible little bit of kit. This is a 720 one, which is fine. You can get a 1080 version for about 10 quid more, but we're going to mount this above because it's a bit of a pain coming down here. And I don't really want the girls coming down there all the time, and they can't come down on their own. But what we can do is view it on the screen anytime we want. I'm going to put the link to this one down below. There's absolutely endless options on Amazon. They're probably all the same camera underneath. But this one says DM ZOC on it. The instructions were awful, but it's just about manageable. And all you do is scan the QR code and create a password, and then anyone can log into that camera and view it. Okay. Then the camera will go on there. So the app is called VSMA Home. Ah, it's offline. Maybe it's not going to get the... Oh, hang on. Oh, it's going up. Oh, it's moving. Okay, finally got it. I don't know why it was pointing at the ceiling. So on the app, I guess you can have multiple cameras. So we call this one Seller Cam, and you can click on there, and it brings up a live feed, and then we can actually scan it, and it moves the camera. It's all very James Bond. Okay, so as I move this and scan across, you might be able to see the camera's actually moving in the background.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
And you can record as well to an SD card. But
I want to go upstairs.
okay, let's dust you off because you're going to a birthday party now. Step over here. Turn around.
I need to go now.
Soon, yeah. Take a bow. See you later. Have a good time. Careful on the stairs. So before anyone says it, this cannot replace personal care of livestock or pets or anything like that. But it's just that added tool where it just takes that little element of worry out, and you know that You know, you can check on them in the morning, come top up their food and water, and maybe check on them last thing at night. But during the day I can just check to make sure everything's okay. If I looked at the image and they were all huddled in the corner, I would know clearly there's an issue with the heater. Or likewise, if you know the water had run down or leaked out, it would be a few hours before I visually checked it, so I could actually just see it on here during the day. Plus it's a bit of fun, you know, a bit of 21st century farming, or garden farming as I call it. And one benefit of it being in the cellar is it's a really consistent temperature down here. In the winter it sits at about 12.5 degrees and it maybe would budge about a degree. So I know that it's not going to, you know, the sun's not going to come out and the shed's going to overheat and get too hot. It's just really even. The ventilation in here is pretty good. I would not want to keep anything larger than chicks like this down here. There's a risk of too much moisture in the air or them flicking up dust or like bringing rodents in. So it's just a 1 week, 2 week window that we're going to do this. So one thing I'm noticing is we're losing a lot of heat straight up. It hasn't got that big dome to reflect all the heat down, so I'm going to try and see if we can rig something up before we finish. Okay, now it's time for a bit of a bodge. I couldn't bring myself to drill one of our stainless steel mixing bowls. However, that would have worked really well. What I thought I might try is to foil it up. That's not quite how I imagined. Actually, that's alright, that's going to do the job fine. There we go. There's always an answer, just got to think your way through it. So if anyone's got any questions, you can leave them down below. We'll probably make it a video when these guys graduate to the next stage, which is when they'll go out to the polytunnel. But yeah, any comments, stick them down below. Any vegans, vegetarians, I will wait to hear from you. So remember, if you can, do it yourself, and we'll see you next time.
Daddy is going to get something, and I didn't know what it's going to be. It's going to try some, and then we need to put it on the floor, and then we'll do something else. So I don't know what it's going to be, but I hope you will enjoy it. So thank you. I need Daddy, but we can't because it's not going to work. So first what we're going to do is we're going to make ourselves into a poo. Can you do this? Watch me. And then down, and now what we're going to do is we're going to do this. And stretch, and stretch, and stretch, and stretch. Now what we're going to do this. 1 foot there, 1 foot anywhere. Me.
Okay. Have you been chatting to that camera?
Yeah.